Porto Novo is the capital of Benin. The commune covers an area of 110 square kilometers and as of 2002 had a population of 223,552 people. As the name suggests, Porto Novo was originally developed as a port for the transatlantic slave trade led by the Portuguese Empire. Porto Novo is a port on an inlet of the Gulf of Guinea. In the southeastern portion of the country, it is Benin's second largest city. And although Porto Novo is the official capital, where the national legislature sits, the larger city of Cotonou is the seat of government, where most of the government buildings are situated and government departments operate. The name Porto Novo is of Portuguese origin, literally meaning, new port. It remains untranslated in French, the national language of Benin. Porto Novo was once a tributary of the Yoruba kingdom of Oyo, which had offered it protection from the neighboring Fon, who were expanding their influence and power in the region. The Yoruba community in Porto Novo today remains one of the two ethnicities aboriginal to the city. The city was originally called Ajashe by the Yorubas, and Hogbonu by the Gun. Although historically the original inhabitants of the area were Yoruba-speaking, there seems to have been a wave of migration from the region of Alada further west in the 1600s, which brought Te Agbalan and his group to the region of Ajashe in 1688. This new group brought with them their own language, and settled among the original Yoruba. It would appear that each ethnic group has since maintained their ethnic identities without one group being linguistically assimilated into the other. In 1730, the Portuguese Eucaristo de Campos named the city, Porto Novo, because of its resemblance to the city of Porto. It was originally developed as a port for the slave trade. In 1861, the British, who were active in nearby Nigeria, bombarded the city, which persuaded the Kingdom of Porto Novo to accept French protection in 1863. The neighboring Kingdom of Dahomey objected to French involvement in the region and war broke out between the two states. In 1883, Porto Novo was incorporated into the French colony of Dahomey and its dependencies, and in 1900, it became Dahomey's capital city. As a consequence, a community that had previously exhibited endoglossic bilingualism now began to exhibit hexaglossic bilingualism, with the addition of French to the language repertoire of the city's inhabitants. Unlike the city's earlier Gun migrants, however, the French sought to impose their language in all spheres of life and completely stamp out the use and proliferation of indigenous languages. The kings of Porto Novo continued to rule in the city, both officially and unofficially, until the death of the last king, Alohinto Befa, in 1976. From 1908, the king held the title of Chef Super. Many Afro-Brazilians settled in Porto Novo following their return to Africa after emancipation in Brazil. Brazilian architecture and foods are important to the city's cultural life. Under French colonial rule, flight across the new border to British-ruled Nigeria in order to avoid harsh taxation, military service and forced labor was common. Of note is the fact that the Nigeria-Benin southern border area arbitrarily cuts through contiguous areas of Yoruba and Agan-speaking people. A combination of the aforementioned facts, coupled with the fact that the city itself lies within the sphere of Nigerian socio-economic influence, have given Porto Novians a preference for some measure of binationality or dual citizenship, with the necessary linguistic consequences. For example, Nigerian home video films in Yoruba with English subtitles have become popular in Porto Novo and its suburbs. Benin's parliament is in Porto Novo, the official capital, but Cotonou is the seat of government and houses most of the governmental ministries. The region around Porto Novo produces palm oil, cotton and kapok. Petroleum was discovered off the coast of the city in the 1990s. And has since then become an important export. Porto Novo has a cement factory. The city is home to a branch of the Banque Internationale du Benin, a major bank in Benin, and the Uando market. Porto Novo is served by an extension of the Benirail train system. Privately owned motorcycle taxis known as Zemijan are used throughout the city. The city is located about 40 kilometers away from Porto Novo Airport, which has flights to major cities in West Africa and Europe. Porto Novo had an enumerated population of 264,320 in 2013. The residents are mostly Yoruba and Gun people as well as people from other parts of the country and from neighboring Nigeria. Population trend. Porto Novo has a tropical savanna climate with consistently hot and humid conditions and 2 wet seasons. A long wet season from March to July and a shorter rain season in September and October. The city's location on the edge of the Dahomey Gap makes it much drier than would be expected so close to the equator. Alth.